Good evening, everybody. It's me, Dr. Khaled Sadek, and you tuned in to another episode of Sunday Night Live on the 26th of September, 26th of September 2021. What a busy week it has been for us. I've actually had the week off. I was in Switzerland, and so I've been posting some interesting photos and commentary on Instagram. So if you've been watching that, there's more of that to come, as well as two fantastic pops. Actually, there's three pops today. One, unseen footage, as promised. Sunday Night Live is where we showcase removals of cysts and lipomas ahead of general release on YouTube. So you get to watch them first here with me live. Select group of people, as well as ask questions, any questions you like, hopefully about the surgery, but it could be about anything at all, and I'll try and answer them as we go along. And that is also going to be accompanied by two other fantastic videos which will be related to it. So the photo for the videos for sure we're going to have for you is about face cysts, and then we've got a one hair raising abdomen cyst as well. Favorite of mine to also kick off the show. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Let me know where you're all watching from. And a little short, before we begin, I'll just show you what we have installed today. Let me just shrink us down to here. Video number one, hairy abdomen. So I'm going to ask you at the end which one you want to see first. So that's video number one, is hairy abdomen. Okay, so that one's coming up today. That's definitely coming up. Video number two. Here we go again. Irresistible. Not quite the ear cyst, but it's definitely there in the jawline. So that's video number two. So you've got one, hairy abdomen, two, the jawline, and cyst number three, it's a face cyst. Let's get that chat box out the way. So there we go. Those are the three that we're going to showcase today. Which one do you want to see first? Put your votes into the chat box down below and we'll get that going. So remember, one for the abdomen, two for the jawline, and three for the cheek. Put them in the box and let's get counting. And so a lot of people asking, where have I been? I was actually in Switzerland. Spent a week on Lake Lugano, which is in Ticino, the canton of Switzerland, the southern canton, Italian canton. Shares its border with Lombardia, the northern parts of Italy that encompass Milan, Lake Como, and other beautiful regions of Italy. So a wonderful little holiday, little break away from the pops. Also, while I was there, I thought, why don't we make a travel video? If you want to see a travel video, give me a T in the chat bot there, wherever that's gone. Want to get the comments on whether we should do travel videos as well as medical videos. So let's get that in there. So has anybody been counting? It looks like to me, I'm seeing a lot of threes. I'm seeing a lot of threes coming in. A lot of ones coming in. A lot of people. Okay. Let's kick the show off with the first video. So let me shrink myself into the corner and I'll take you through a blow-by-blow description of what we are due to see. What is this one? So that's a bit of a... Let's just restart that video because I want to start from the beginning. So let's begin. So if anyone has been watching the boxing, of course, Anthony Joshua lost his undisputed titles to the Ukrainian Usyk. What a great match. I didn't watch it myself, but I've heard some great commentary from that. Talking about great commentary, well, we've got this cyst in store, haven't we? Some of you may have seen it before. Some of you may not have seen it before. It's actually one of my favorites, I have to admit. I always bring in something new and something old and something blue. This cyst, if you haven't seen it, is an absolute whopper, and what a great way to kick off the show this evening. Let me know which cities you're watching from. Put your city in the chat bot below and I'll give them all a shout out. Remember, if you're watching for the first time, I'm Dr. Khaled Sadek and I specialize in the removal of cysts and lipomas. So if you're looking for any treatment at all for cysts and lipomas, then you can contact us at lipomacyst.com, your one-stop shop for all your skincare needs wherever you are in the world, the whole wide world. You can see us. So anesthetic going in. What's this, Sid G? YouTube told me that I'm sending way too many messages. We're not having that. Keep sending the messages. I want to see where every single city is watching from this evening. I want it in the bot box, and I want it now, down there. Which city is everybody watching from? We're seeing Iowa, Florida, Colorado, Oklahoma, Farmington, Portland, Oregon, the city of Enfield in England, the Grand Rapids in Massachusetts, Canterbury in the United Kingdom, Belmar, Columbia, Tennessee, Austin, Texas, Chicago, Illinois. Mrs. Gomez reminds us of Lipoma, the island where the volcano has erupted, destroying many, many homes. Obviously, our prayers and thoughts for anybody over on the island, especially those who watch us on a regular basis. Burka from Romania, welcome from Texas. Barbara, Vicky from Ohio, from Shreveport, Louisiana. We've got Brenda, Lisa from West Virginia, anesthetic going in, first incision going on. Jamaica, England, Salisbury, Wiltshire. Brilliant. Linda Heyman, how you doing? And Gordon from Statesville. Denmark, we've got Linda Hammer. Buenos Aires, we've got Andre from Idaho. We've got Sharold from Arizona. We've got Danita from Houston, Texas. We've got Linda from England. From North Carolina, we've got Cologne. We've got Tricia from Cologne, from Sao Paulo. Wow. We've got Seoul. So many people. Amazing. People saying hi. Welcome. Wow. Amazing. Vancouver, South Korea. Portugal. Wow. I've been to Portugal. Love it. Lovely place. York in Pennsylvania, United States. Orange County, California. Love Orange County. So the first incision's going in. We're making really, really delicate incisions here because you can see that the cyst is like so intense. It's so big. It's literally pushing right up from the underside of the abdomen there, pushing through the fascia. It wants to burst, and often if these things are left for too long, that's invariably what they do. They will burst. Big shout out to Jerusalem in Israel. Welcome. We've got from Houston, we've got Dan from Houston, we've got Jackie, we've got Warrington, Florida, Dallas, Vicky from Belgium, from Cheshire, we've got from New Zealand, Tepuke, welcome, from Holland, Alabama, from Alberta, Canada, Edmonton, Cincinnati, Ohio, Lake Como, New Jersey. Is there a Lake Como in New Jersey? So actually Lake Como sits behind a very short mountain ridge in Lugano, Switzerland. So that's what, if you saw the video releases on Instagram, and I'm on a boat, and it looked like Lake Como in the background, it was actually Lake Lugano, almost identical. Wow, this stuff, it just keeps coming out. It looks like sort of pureed spinach. Becky from San Francisco, welcome. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Carlotta. Mendoza from Los Angeles. Dr. Sarah from London. Honolulu, Dolphin 5, Pineapple. Sulalali, welcome. South Korea, Rebecca. Newbury Park in California. Oh, just clean that out. Now, I always say there are 3 or 4 parts to every surgery. The first part is sort of bringing it up to the incision. The second part is draining the sac. Well, how many parts have we got to now? I've forgotten. So we've got up to the incision, draining the incisions, that's 2. We're on stage 2 here. And then we've got stage 3, removal of the sac, and then stage 4, the closing ceremony. And obviously within each stage, there are multiple other stages. So in stage 1, we've got the cleaning. So 1A is cleaning, 1-2 is the anesthetic preparation, 1-3 is the drape, and then we make the first incision. So that's the end of stage 1. Stage 2, we've got stage 2-1, going through the skin, going through the dermis. Stage 2-3 is separating the cyst from the fascia, isolating the cyst on 2-4, and so forth. So there are many stages in this process. I should probably write this all down. I don't know if anybody's interested in it. Let me know if you are. If you're interested, I'll write it all down. I'll post it online. So we've cleaned it. Not cleaned it. We've drained it. We've drained the sac out, got all the gunge, and we're now ready to start looking for the sac removal in phase 3. And phase 3 has a little bit of crossover with phase 2 in that we are separating the fascia. We continue to separate. And we kind of go back, actually. There's a phase 2 and a phase 3. Gina Phillips says her auntie lives in Orange County. Welcome. Sean Marken Mitsindi from Holland, from Brazil. Silvano Jr., welcome. Linda, how did it smell? It didn't smell. Absolutely not. Didn't have an odor, Julie. No, it didn't. Did those hairs get on my nerves? Sandra, they did a little bit. I'll be honest. I don't normally trim hairs, but at the start of the video I had to because there was I just couldn't do it. I had to go. From Madrid, we've got Isabel Gomez. Welcome. There we go. Giving it a little bit of a squeeze there, making sure the whole sac is out. Just separating some of that tissue. Got to hide some of this gory stuff. Don't want it to be sort of put anybody off their dinner. But while we do that, let's go back and see the action. Yeah, there we go. A little bit less gory. That's good. So Mary has just gave me some information. Lake Como in New Jersey was formerly named the South Belmar on Monmouth County. So there we go. So they changed the names to, I guess, twin it with Lake Como in Italy. Janice, I have a cyst question, Doc. Hit me up, Janice. Write it in capital so I can see it loud and clear. If you're liking the video, give me a yes so that we can get on to the second. Hit me with some yeses, everybody. Let's see how many yeses we can get. Make sure everybody's awake and watching, alive and kicking. Just a yes or a Y, or if you're not awake, but no. But let me see how many yeses there are in the house as we get to the fourth stage, the removal of the sac. And then it's the closing ceremony. We're going to close the stitch up. Julie McKenzie says it's always satisfying when the sac comes out whole. It is, isn't it? You don't want to have that kind of bitty, pathetic ending. You want to be able to go, it's come out, I've taken it, it's a good result. Solid performance. When it comes out kind of broken in pieces, it makes it a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? I absolutely agree. Oh, good. Everybody is nice and awake. Because like I said, we are finishing the third stage. We're getting into the closing ceremony. Do we have any no's? Gore doesn't bother me, says Anne-Marie. Okay, that's good. I like the hairy abdomen, screams Kathleen. How old is this cyst, says Becky Santos. I think, from what I remember, it was, we're talking years here. This isn't like kind of sac that happens overnight. You're looking at about 5 years, I'd say. 5 years growth on that cyst. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get this video moving. How many likes do we have? How many likes do we have? Can someone give me a number? So Janice Newman has given me a question. It's up in bold. I have a Baker cyst and my doctor only wants to drain it. Should I ask him to take the sac out? It's different. I mean, a Baker cyst is really a synovial cyst. It's not this kind of a cyst. And the drainage under ultrasound, as an ultrasound guided procedure, may be sufficient just to get some of that fluid, give you a bit of relief. So yeah, to go for the sac on a Baker cyst is really kind of like a general anesthetic. It's knee surgery under an orthopedic surgeon. It's not this kind of surgery. It's a lot more involved. So drainage should be more sufficient. But caveat, seek medical advice wherever you are. Don't just take my word for it. Damn, that's huge, Kathleen. Absolutely, yes. 118, 188. Come on, guys. 188 likes. We've got 500 viewing. We can hit more than that. 202, Paul. Thanks, Paul. Barb's 211. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. If we want to get to the creme de la creme of today's show. So there we go. That's that one coming to an end. Bit gory. Who liked it? Should we hit the next one? Let's hit it up. We ain't got time to watch stitching today. We're in a rush. So, let's do this. Next up. Video number. Actually, let's do this video. This video instead. So, this is unseen. The first time you'll ever see this video anywhere in the world is right here, right now, with me, your host for today, Dr. Khaled Sadek. Surgery we did on this beautiful lady. She had the cyst on her face. You can see it's absolutely glaringly obvious. The thing about face cysts is it doesn't need to be particularly big to be very, very obvious. In fact, face cysts tend to be the smallest cysts you'll see. Although we have done some absolutely whopping ones, it doesn't take a huge cyst to produce deformity on the face. There isn't much fat to hide, to absorb the way the contour and the skin is changed. And also we do look at faces, 99% of the time, and light does reflect on it and it shows all sorts of imperfections. So if you've got a big cyst, even a small cyst, it can look much bigger than it actually is. Susan Krasovsky, she's happy to join us on the Sunday Night Live. That's Sunday night, 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time. If someone can change that to Eastern Time, that'd be really useful. Let me know what time it is wherever you are in the world. In fact, in the chat box, wherever you are in the world, let me know the time, because I get asked a lot, what time is the live chat? I mean, I say 8:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time because it's Greenwich Mean Time. I was hoping everyone can kind of work backwards, but let me know what time it is wherever you are in the world in the chat box. I want to have this as a mental reference. Back to Susan Krasovsky's message. She's had a number of cysts: pilonidal, ganglion, hydrodentitis suppurativa, sebaceous epidermoids, Baker's. Why do I get them? That's a lot of cysts, and those are cysts in all sorts of locations. It's a good question. Cystic. Very interesting. I'm not sure why. So let's have a look. The times are coming in. You've got to tell me where you are. You've got to tell me where you are. So Romania, it's 2200. So that's 10:15. In Tennessee, it's about 2:30 by the sounds of it. In Colorado, it's 1:47. Yeah, there's so many different times here. There's 12:30, there's 3:47, there's 5 o'clock, there's 9 p.m., there's 2 p.m., there's 4 p.m., there's 3 p.m. There's literally every time around the world is actually on at the moment. So I haven't got a hope in hell in trying to get the time where you are. So let's just keep it simple. It's 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time. So just Google what time is 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time where I live, and then you'll be able to find what time it is. Because otherwise, we've got the whole world watching. I can't really second guess what time it is where you're going to be. So just go by 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Wow, look at that. So we've got the anesthetic in, and it's time to get this cyst. So we're just going to... Now we've just finished phase 1. If you missed phase 1, it was really right down to the separation of the skin and the cyst. Now we're on to phase 2. I've just named these phases just now while we're watching. 250 likes. It's 250, is it? 250 from Texas. Getting confused. Yeah, Linda Heyman, my feelings entirely. Wow, so many time zones. It's 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time PM. Can cysts be painful? Yes, they can, especially if they get infected. So this one was unsightly. But like, she's beautiful. We need to make sure that the scar is really, really small. Eileen had a painful experience with a cyst. She's telling me that she had a ganglion, which made it very difficult for her to put her hiking boots on. Ouch. And I hear that a lot of people having to make lifestyle changes for cysts. So Celeste Martinez has been very, very thoughtful and very systematic. So she's written it down. So East Coast time for 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time, if we're listening. So East Coast time is 3:30 p.m. That's Eastern time. And then the first Sunday in every November, it switches an hour back, and it'll be 2:30. So for Eastern time, 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time PM is 3:30 Eastern time. There we go. Hope that was useful. But Janice Newman says that she's Googled it and it got it almost wrong. I don't know. Sid G, question, do you ever attack face cysts from in the mouth? No. If you had to go from inside, it'll have to go to a completely different surgeon. It has to go to maxillofacial surgeon. So there we go. Let's get all that cyst out. It's 4:30 in the morning in South Korea. Wow. Can somebody get earlier than 4:30 in the morning in South Korea? Doc, is it difficult on the face? Yeah, it is. It's probably the most tricky surgery anywhere in the body, I would say. Because, the pressure is there, you don't want to faff this one up because the stakes are very high. You've got, it's much more complicated than, say, on the back or the abdomen. And you have to be super, super delicate, So, yeah, the face is particularly difficult. It looks like a bean. It does. So the cyst did not look that big, but so much content. Yeah, you're right, Bridget. It didn't. Yeah, and Ellen Barnes has pointed out that the UK does change its clocks. Absolutely. End of October. Our clocks go back an hour. Linda, thank you. Janice can't get her caps off now. Brilliant. Has anybody else got any cyst stories? Share them with me. I want to know your cyst stories. It went well, it went bad, it hasn't happened yet. Let me know in the chat box. Cyst stories. 282 likes. Gina, thank you for that. Question, Michaela, what is it when you pop pause and it comes out kind of waterish? Well, the consistency of the content does vary. We've seen very, very dry ones. We've seen very, very wet ones. And I think it typically signifies how close the cyst is to getting an infection. Once it gets infected, it does liquefy and it kind of comes out like that. So this is caused by, this is an epidermoid cyst. A lot of people going, it looks bigger than what it was on the, it does, doesn't it? But look, we've done really well. The incision is really small. I'm really happy with that incision, given the fact that we took a lot of stuff out. So I've learned something new as well today. Susanna Burst told me that Arizona does not change its clocks. Christiana writes, I used to have pimples on my forehead, and when I was at school, the kids used to call me Cyclops. Kids can be very cruel. Petunia from South Africa loves watching the show. She wishes that I was in South Africa. I wish I was in South Africa as well. Beautiful weather. Let's hit those likes. Keep hitting those likes. Lashona Hunter says she's got multiple cysts on her breast. And it started when she was around 50. I mean, we don't do cysts on breasts. I leave that for breast surgeons. So I do recommend for those who are eligible to go for mammograms and for women to generally examine their breasts for lumps and bumps. Helen has shared her story of an huge cavernous infected cyst that had to be removed immediately. One day, sebaceous cyst okay, the next infected. That is what we see so often. Removed successfully by the concierge doctor at the Four Seasons in San Francisco. Well, a big shout out to the concierge doctor at the Four Seasons in San Francisco. Helen is super grateful. What a story. Any more of these wonderful stories, let me know. Marsha, absolutely. Small incision, small scar. Patient equals happy. Super happy, beautiful woman, back on the road. Second sebaceous cyst removed by orthopedic surgeon friend, says Helen. It was inflamed and with lots of sebum. Interesting story. I like it. So that one has come to an end. Let's load up the third one, the third final video. There we go. The jawline cyst. Let's get this jawline cyst out. Remember, if you're watching for the first time, I'd love to hear from you. So put it in the comment section. Let me know if it's your first time. If it's not your first time, I also want to know. Put that in the comment section as well. So let's get that cyst cleaned up. So anesthetic going in. Phase 1 of the procedure. Let's. Ooh. This is that Prince William one, isn't it? Yeah. This needs to be it. We still need to produce this one when it still needs to go out live. Hit the likes. Let's see who else we've got in the house. Let's keep reading. In the 1970s, I was told that a large, painful lump on the joint was a ganglion and was to go home and hit it with a Bible. That's Joyce's Waring's advice from the 70s. Yeah, that was like common advice, to just smack them with a Bible. Sue Wright is watching from Turkey. John Aristotle asks a very serious question. He asks, if Cristiano Ronaldo came into your office, would you treat him, even though he played for Man United? It's a very good question, John. But look, I treat everybody irrespective of their colours, the team they support. Ultimately, he's not a Saints fan. He's never going to play for Southampton. But you know, you gotta treat the afflicted, especially the Man United supporters and their players. Let's just hope Cristiano Ronaldo does come in for assist removal. That would be quite cool. In Seattle, Sean has told me it's 1 p.m. Hit like again. Let's keep hitting the likes. Barb Bonham says, I normally don't do chats because there are too many people chatting, but this is fun. Absolutely. Sunday Night Live is always fun. I don't know how you guys make it so much fun, but you do. Kerry York has a lipoma on her ribs. It feels like it has tentacles and it's causing a lot of pain. Sometimes lipomas, especially in the rib, can attach to ribs and nerves and cause a bit of pain. That is unfortunate about those particular lipomas. Ribs are actually have a lot of nerves in there because they do a lot of work. If Cristiano comes in for a cyst removal, everyone will want to come in. Yeah, Chris, if you're watching and you need a cyst removed, lipomacyst.com is your one-stop shop to get your cysts and lipomas removed. Janice Newland, sorry, not Newman. It's okay, no problem. Cheers. Betty Bench has a family story. Her father-in-law had a cyst on his back, and every time he'd come round, he'd want her to squeeze it out. It stunk so bad and was very full. He refused to go to the doctor to have it removed. I hear that time and time again, but please do get them removed. Amy Drage from Surrey, United Kingdom. Surrey, place close to my heart. I used to work in Chertsey and Guildford. Helen says, you make so much joy out of the video. She does like them, but she likes it for the technical aspect as well. So it's got a bit of both. You got a bit of the technical. I've gone through the 4 phases of cyst removal. So if you are watching for educational purposes, or you just want to know what stage I'm at, then those are my 4 graded phases of cyst removals, brought to you right here today. Just made it up right now. So, with that said, we've come to the end of the Sunday Night Live. Another fantastic session. Wonderful to see everybody. Like I said, we're back in clinic this week. We had a week off when we were in Lugano. Some holiday clips to follow, as well as some introductions. Remember to keep supporting the channel by pressing like, sharing, commenting, doing everything you've been doing for the last 2 years, bringing our numbers up. We'll be producing more shorts. We'll be diversifying by doing some videos on skincare and maybe even a holiday video. Until next time, make sure you stay safe, and I'll catch you all on Sunday, 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time, 3:30 Eastern Time, or wherever you are in the world. Work it out.